See, according to Cocteau's plan, I'm the internet. Because I like to think. I like to read. I'm into freedom of speech and freedom of choice. I'm the kind of guy who likes to sit in a greasy spoon and wonder, gee, should I have the T-bone steak or the jumbo rack of barbecue ribs with the side order gravy fries? I want high cholesterol. I want to eat bacon and butter and buckets of cheese, okay? I want to smoke a Cuban cigar the size of Cincinnati in a non-smoking section. I want to run through the streets naked with green jello all over my body reading Playboy magazine. Why? Because I suddenly might feel the need to, okay, pal? I've seen this. You know what it is? It's a 47-year-old virgin sitting around in his beige pajamas drinking a banana broccoli shake singing, I'm an Oscar Mayer weed.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's been brought up on a couple different occasions over the last week or so I figured I'd play it. Why do we not have a background? Or can you all see the
slather
background?
myself in green jello.
It doesn't look like we do.
Oh, motherfucker. Hang on, I'll fix it.
Yeah, you win some.
Yeah, not that not that I can tell. I too am on my phone.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm the one in the I'm the one at home base today for once.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't do shit the last couple days. I didn't feel well, but it was like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's COVID or long COVID, but I feel like ever since I got COVID like years ago, it's like every now and then I'll get like kind of sick, but I'm not really sick.
It's
but like my head just hurts. You know what I mean?
Like that short dick COVID every now and then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like it lasts for a couple days. So
yeah, we've been keeping the crud around here. I'm just gonna chalk it up to allergies. You know, it's like something that's like it's too deep to like blow your nose, but it's like not deep enough to hock a loogie. It's just like in that like fucking no man's land.
The hell did I walk in on?
So anyway, Steve, we're talking about positions. So
definitely not about loads.
Where's Mark when we need him?
That was one of my favorite basketball terms that we taught Dag was load management.
Hell yeah. It's a good one.
Morning,
yeah,
gentlemen.
LeBron's great at it.
Morning, Steve.
Hi.
Welcome. So, as you can see, it's a rip-roaring good time today.
Yeah.
So what's it like to not be an outlaw?
My God, it was the dumbest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life.
You've gone
Seriously. Yeah, I know. Well, it's just the only thing it does is it costs me $800 more a year in business.
Right.
Really, literally, that's all it does.
So. Who was it, Dag? Like you and me follow some of the same like homestead permaculture people. Like is it Jack Spirko that always says it's not illegal? It's just it's legal for a cost or for a fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember who originated that one, but yeah.
It sounds familiar, right?
Yeah, it's punishable by fine means legal for a fee.
Yeah, if you don't, it's only illegal if you don't pay the fee.
Yeah.
Well, your customer feel much safer now.
Yes, much. Out there. Well, it was funny because she hands me my temporary license because they have to mail me the real one, and she's like, well, make sure you have this at markets. I was like, yes, ma'am. Papers, please. I'll hand them over to you. And my wife's just like, oh God, shut up.
My wife's like, shut up, Steve. We've already got through the woods.
You at least have to wait till she hands you that temporary permit. Yeah. Then you can make the joke.
Yeah.
My poor wife had to put up with me because I was like losing it up until we got there and it was done. The funny thing is, like, okay, so she walks into the room where I have the coffee now because I can't have it here because
it can get contaminated, man.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, because we sleep in the next room and get contaminated. So, she walks in and she looks at it. I'm sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No, finish.
No, she walks in and looks in the room and goes, "Oh. And I think it hit her. It was like, "Oh, this is stupid. Why are we doing this to this guy?" Like, because everything's in plastic bins and it's all on a shelf, and it makes no difference what room it's in. So, go on. What were you
Now
going to
she
say?
can go home and look her wife right in the eye when she fucks her.
Yes, she can look at. She can go home and be like,
Scissor me
you want to know
timbers.
what I did today? I made sure somebody
I did good work.
moved their shit over somewhere else that made no difference at all in anything in the world, and I made them do that.
I was going to say, when I order my Fox and Sons coffee, trademark, it's kind of fun finding that old gray fox hair in there. It's like finding a Willy Wonka golden ticket.
See? That's not going to stop. You're trying to stop.
Pube or beard? That's the game we play.
Doesn't matter.
Just so you know, that's
I got a golden ticket.
Hey, you like it? You will like it either way, Dag. Either way, you're going to love it.
You'll like the way it looks on you. I guarantee it.
But yet again,
hey Justin, you're muted, buddy.
Justin, you're muted. But either way, like the
They're
fun
about
part,
the same texture either way. So
yeah, beard hairs are much longer.
Speak for yourself, guy.
I hope. Yes.
So what else is going on in the world, gentlemen?
Yes.
No
The
clue.
world.
I've just been mowing and weed eating.
Just mowing and weeding, huh?
Watching the
Shooting
skies. Watching the
Well,
skies.
I get to do some fun dealing with government shit today. I get to go get fingerprinted.
Oh,
Yeah, not
what'd you
for,
do?
I didn't do anything. My wife's youngest sister, or young, I guess technically middle sister. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with because there's so many of them. And anyway, my wife's sister, I guess apparently just like had a full-on mental and physical breakdown, and DCS took her kids away, and we got one of them.
You got more kids? Jesus,
14-year-old nephew got placed with us yesterday. So
Yeah, it's
I
tough, man.
have to go get fingerprinted. I'm pretty sure I did this like not that many years ago, and I don't think anything's changed with my fingerprints since then. But I don't know how this stuff works. So
Now
it's funny.
now I'm becoming more libertarian because now this is it's stupid government overreach.
Well, dude, like I've been fingerprinted for many things, and it's like you guys don't already have that on record, you know,
Yeah,
federally and like between different states.
yeah. You're telling me like you don't have the one from the last time when I bought the pistol? Like,
When I got that license, or I did this, or
yeah.
got
like I
arrested
said,
back in
like
20 years ago.
I don't think my fingerprints like change on a year-to-year basis. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember paying attention to that part of biology or anatomy or whatever. Like,
Isn't this what
if
Doge
you
was supposed to get rid of? Bureaucracy, implode.
If you scrape
Not
It's
state
flimsy.
bureaucracy. It's not state bureaucracy, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, Trey. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, if you scrape your finger, it has to grow back, and it doesn't always grow back perfectly. So maybe there's like minor, how many times you cut your finger probably changes it in a minor way.
So it can come back with a vengeance and like write a sick rap album like 50 Cent.
No, I'm saying
Diddy.
you'll have like weird skin grafts. Maybe all of a sudden you have a mutation. Like it's like a mutated form of your skin.
I was going to take that to a dark place, Steve, but I'm going to save the guys.
Yeah.
A Diddy joke.
Oh no, not Diddy.
Oh no, not Diddy.
Forensics is fake and gay anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
what's happening with that? There haven't been any updates. Like the last update I got was that some guy had to go through and like catalog every single dildo that they found, like all 143 of them. He had to count them and like do a whole cataloging of all the dildos that they found. But
Dude, that takes time, man. There were like, weren't there like over 1,000 of them?
Yeah.
Like, you got like maybe 10 a day. Like, like.
I think
it's a lot of different measurement points, you know, because everyone's a little different. But you can't just say it's a rubber dick. It's a rubber dick. You have to say, you know, girth. You know, 5.5 inches. You know, circumference. But
aren't some of them imported? So maybe it's metric versus standard.
Then you get the one with the extra fingers around them and stuff.
Yep.
Then you get like the Simpsons ones where they only have 4 fingers. Like,
well, that helps with insertion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But not for ultimate pleasure.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of metrics. I mean, you might even have to bring in like, you know, you got to get a couple sets of calipers. You might have to bring in like the you know, like the electronic devices that test like in like machine shops. They really got to test like size of something. It brings in a little like ball on a stick. You know, beep 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 beep. Measures the curves.
Even a laser level.
And then this dude is like, trying to get on the Bad Dragon website so he can look up the specific name of them so that he can put the description of them. And then his government computer is blocking him accessing that website. So now he's having to set up a VPN and like all kinds of shit's got to be done in order to do this.
Then he goes home and his wife's like checking his search history.
Why have you been looking at dildos?
It reminds me of the Netscape Nanny software that we had to deal with in school. You guys remember?
I've got the solution. We need a government law.
We didn't have internet when I was in school.
we need a government law to force dildo manufacturers to serialize and give serial numbers to every dildo sold, and then that way when you get a case like this, you can just look up the serial number, tie it to a model SKU, and boom, you know, you're good. This saves all this effort.
So then you
have to have it registered too. You have to get registered with your state office so that, like, in case it gets used in a crime, like, right? I mean, that's only logical.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, one of them dragon dildos, you definitely got it, because those things look like weapons from the first place. Those don't look safe.
Is it a fully automatic dragon? Do I need a stamp to own it legally?
After the National Dildo Safety Act of 2026.
This one definitely does not have a silencer on it.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, boy.
Well, I think I'm out of dildo shtick. What else we got?
I know, I'm done. I got nothing else.
All right, boys, I'm spent.
Dildo
I'm going to sleep.
Never runs out of steam, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a Sibian level dildo joke maker, you know. Yeah, just a manual. All right, that's it. Now I'm reaching. That's all I got. Pull up the Shane Gillis on OnlyFans sketch.
Oh.
You guys see, I posted this on our. There we go.
I was gonna pull this one up.
Like that.
Oh, good. Oh no.
Speaking of, that's just awful. Okay, go on.
So I watched some oh fuck, I always forget his name. The guy who played Scarface.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Thank you. I was trying to say Ben Shapiro. I know that's not right. Al Pacino. The name's kind of rhyme.
No, we gotta get AI.
They're
AI
both short.
Scarface with Shapiro now.
Yes. Tell Grok to draw Ben Shapiro as Scarface.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Well, no. Here's really what I want. So here's what we watched. We watched Scent of a Woman. Have you guys seen Scent of a Woman?
Not since it came out.
Yes, dude, hilarious. Just his. Whenever I see Pacino, I can't help but picture Charlie from It's Always Sunny, because he always does like Pacino, you know, and it's fucking hilarious. But so I always see it as like Charlie, like a character of Al Pacino when I see Al Pacino acting as Al Pacino, and it's just hilarious to me now. Any of his movies, and you know he's. You know, some have said one of the greatest actors, if not the greatest actor ever. Some have said that. But so it's just hilarious to me to see him as a character. But that movie's awesome. Great 90s movie of that type. I don't know how to define it, but there's definitely a genre. Let's say With Honors might be another one or something. But we watched another movie with Pacino and 50 Cent. Like, it actually made me think of it when you mentioned 50 Cent earlier. And De Niro. It came out in like 2008, and it was like some cop drama movie. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it.
Was it Cop Rock?
No, but it was one of the worst, cheesiest, worst movies I've ever seen. Where there's like a cop and he's a serial killer, and they're trying to figure out who it is.
Rock.
Never heard of Cop Rock.
Really? You've never heard? Oh.
Is it a musical?
Dag, no, we're introducing you to something wonderful. Go on with your story. I'm gonna pull it up.
I don't know. I was hoping that somebody would, Jay, looking in your direction, would know what this terrible movie was from 2008. I'm unfortunately driving and can't look it up right now.
Who's
De
in it?
Niro and 50 Cent?
De Niro and Pacino. So you think it's going to be like this great fucking movie, dude, and 50 Cent. Yeah, well, it just said Curtis Jackson, and I'm like, Curtis Jackson? Who is that? That sounds familiar. I'm like, that's 50 Cent. But it must have been not when he was in the in-between time when rappers have to say 50 Cent dash Curtis Jackson. Yeah.
That movie sucked.
Dude, it was like the worst fucking movie I've ever seen.
Righteous Kill. Like
Righteous Kill.
About it, but I pulled it up and I see the movie poster and a DVD box art. Yeah, I remember that movie.
What was it?
Dude.
Righteous Kill.
Yeah, but basically, it's so bad. They lead you to believe, like, very obviously, but it obviously has to be a red herring, that Robert De Niro is a serial killer. You know, they're cops, but they're cops who, you know, if the judge lets them off, you know, or if the jury lets them off, they're going to go kill them afterwards because justice. And, you know, I mean, in fairness, they do make them pretty awful people that they go and kill. But yeah, one of those. It's like this cop serial killer, and he's doing justice after the fact.
Okay, Dag, here we go.
This is the closest I can get because Grok
really
knows I'm a John Connor supporter.
Exit Wounds.
Oh my gosh. That is unbelievably beautiful. You need to post that on Twitter.
I like the extra arm in the
Exit
background
Wounds
with the
was
gun.
one that I enjoyed. It had
hey,
DMX.
Can you post that?
And yeah,
send it to Justin so he can post it on the socials for the show.
Now do Ben Shapiro as Pacino in Scent of a Woman. That's what I want to see.
Okay, Dag, here you go. You got to pull over and watch this here.
And hey, I got to pop off for a minute.
This is Cop Rock.
Oh God, you're playing Cop Rock?
Out there, let's be careful out.
Wasn't this made
Is this
by the
a
same
movie?
people that made NYPD?
No, this is a
Blue?
TV show.
Yeah, it was. This is a pilot, right?
I don't know.
187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. Two Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see it 211.
Yeah, that's a legitimate TV show, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, was it all singing?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, there was acting, and then they would just break out in songs.
It was
like
a
no reason.
Cop show.
It was a musical cop show. Like whatever crackhead invented that show needed some severe.
I want to say
drugs.
it was like the same people that came up with NYPD Blue. They also did their pilot before NYPD Blue got big. They did a show with Dennis Franz as a horse cop in New York, and then the show
like
didn't.
He only busted horses.
No, he rode horses.
Oh, it's like that. There was also a show Pacific Blue, I believe it was called, about bike cops in in LA that was hilariously terrible. And I remember sort of like not necessarily like one of the trailers or something from the show from way back in the day where they're doing like bike stunts, you know, to put on mountain cop bikes, just so bad, you know. But there was a real string of cop drama shows there in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Then you had go on.
I was gonna say like the cop show with Dennis Franz, like it got canceled and didn't get picked up, so they edited whatever episodes they had filmed and made a made for TV movie that they aired on ABC, and it's like full of like just like 90s buddy cop like cheese.
All right, but you're buying.
Yeah, like his partner was like he was a cowboy that just moved to New York City to be a cop, and then they put him on a horse because he knew how to ride because he's a cowboy. Dennis Franz,
right,
like
naturally.
your tough nosed New York, you know. It was ridiculous, but it's fun to watch just because it's so bad.
Oh my gosh!
Hell yeah!
So I'm gonna shift a little bit. You guys were talking about like older movies. You'll Martin Scorsese, right?
Who?
Director.
Yes.
Yeah. So this wasn't. Oh, I just saw this the other day because of course, I'm into photography. It's an old ad from Kodak. That's maybe
Ain't that
there
old?
we go.
Well, I guess that is probably 20 years ago. Scorsese.
Under S. Oh.
Back when you would print pictures out.
Oh.
This is probably when
How
what's
could I-
that Boston cop movie with Marky Mark and
There's no
Matt
life to
Damon?
it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, my nephew. Say cheese. Good direction, Marty. Here, this one, interesting.
Jack Nicholson.
It's
What is that
far too
movie called?
nostalgic. What do you think?
It's pretty.
Composition is forced, lighting is bad, angle is off. Too literal, too violent, too metaphorical, too dark. Here, we have the protagonist, but where's the antagonist? Huh? Where's the drama? Oh.
Sorry, I just found this to be funny.
Oh. Unavoidable.
The Departed. That's what I was thinking of. No,
I
remember
The
this
Departed's not
commercial.
bad.
Yeah, I remember that commercial though, Steve.
Departed.
The Departed, is that the one with Leo also?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I caught a few minutes on. I think it was on Tubi of like some cop movie with Steve Guttenberg. And it wasn't the
Police Academy.
No, it wasn't Police Academy. It was something else. I was like, really? He made a serious movie? Like, it's not Police Academy?
Dude, he was everywhere. There was like a period of time where he was like in
He was the
everything.
Nicolas Cage of Steve Boot. He was the
Well, he didn't have the longevity.
Oh,
of
man.
Nick Cage.
every time I see Steve Guttenberg, I think of the Stonecutters song where
Yeah.
we make Steve
Yes.
Guttenberg a star. Yeah, like every time I see him or see a police, yeah, like okay, there we go.
He invented the printing press?
Here I got one more thing. I think this is real. I don't know, but it's hilarious if it is real.
I like to think that my relatives helped to free the slaves, and that was one of the ones that they freed, or maybe they found. I think that this is the name of the slave holder and then the name of the slave underneath it.
It's a dog collar.
It just goes to show you how virtuous people want to be. Like we were on the right side. It's like, nope, it's a dog collar.
Yeah, and no way of like knowing. I mean, in all statistical probability, if you had family from back then that had slave memorabilia, they probably owned slaves. Like that's I mean, it is what it is. So
still, what's the problem? I don't get it.
Like I listened to another book about the Acadians recently, and this was about them settling in Louisiana and this and that. And like in the beginning of their settlements there, they mentioned like, slavery of course was in the area. It was like the late 1700s or 1800s in Louisiana. And they were like, oh, the Acadians didn't own slaves. And, part of me, like I'm like 25% Acadian or something, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, good guys, good deal. But then like by the the early 1800s, when they've been there 20 years and they're just farmers of the area, yeah, each family on average owned like 6 slaves, and I'm like, damn, oh well, I guess we were just like everyone else. What do you want?
That reminds me of this Bobby Lee thing. I showed this to my wife. Because Bobby Lee, he's in Hollywood, so he tries to act all, PC and everything. Can you pull this up, Trey?
Trey, pull this up.
Thanks, Jamie.
Some societies, they might have a God complex, but they don't have a history of oppressing another group of people.
Each other, right?
Are you out of your mind?
What the?
What do you mean?
You don't think Asians they didn't oppress?
Koreans didn't have slaves. We didn't fly.
Did Koreans have slaves?
Korea had the longest unbroken chain of slavery. Holy shit!
You guys are scumbags.
We're scumbags.
Oh fuck, that's hilarious.
Wife thought it was funny. Mother-in-law didn't. Gee, I wonder why.
Hey man, you can't. you got to be careful identifying, with people too far from the past or future.
You're muted, Trey.
See, your wife was glad that she has you as her slave. So she's
Well, my wife's also
she's
half
good.
Greek, so they also kind of have a history of that too.
Again, what's the problem?
Both of these pictures are the same.
Hey, you got to find
We're
somebody
all
to do the
terrible.
work, and work's expensive, so
Yeah, but overall, slave labor is more expensive. It's just it's socialized. It's socialized costs. So
Yeah.
really, it is cheaper to not have slaves, but it's cheaper for some people if you have slaves. So
Yeah.
it depends on what the slave does.
Well, it also depends
Go on.
what part of history, but go ahead. Continue. I'm interested. Pique my interest.
Oh no. Steve even suggesting is Steve
No, not at all.
Okay.
You need people to pick the cotton. What are you talking about? How else are you gonna get cotton?
I
When you have no
thought
cotton,
it was
Jen,
for,
how else are you gonna get cotton?
I thought I was picking a different kind of.
Oh no, well that'd be bad.
enforcing slavery is expensive.
Yes, enforcing is expensive.
Yes, that's why they can conscript slave patrols.
But as long as they know their place, we're good.
The slave owners just weren't doing it exactly right.
That's
Steve's
man.
argument.
Yeah.
Steve would know how to handle some slaves.
Real slavery's never been tried.
There we go.
Oh, mercy.
Oh god, that's getting clipped.
That's the argument. There we go. When you didn't have these big machines, you had to have somebody to do it.
The good people at the Federal Reserve have finally perfected slavery.
Yes.
They figured out how you do it.
No, it's the bureaucrats. It's as I experienced yesterday. It's the bureaucrats that perfected slavery.
No, it's
you just let them free range and steal it. Yeah, the children.
You can like go out and you can do stuff. You can start a business, but you have to pay me to start the business. I don't understand how it's not the same as mafia tactics.
Yep, it's.
And then you got to pay me. You got to pay me a percentage of everything you make. So
yeah, it's a protection racket. It's a shakedown racket. It's all the mafia tactics.
Yeah.
Just each department of government has like a different angle on it.
Yeah,
they all got to get their beak wet to use a mafia term.
Yeah, but like when it was the mafia running stuff, they didn't like come like break down your door and kill your squirrel.
Yeah, this is true.
Well, if you own the wrong bookie money, he might, but that was just to send a message. That wasn't due to negligence. That's what they meant to do. That was the difference.
They wouldn't kill your squirrel. That's cruelty. They would just cut off a finger.
Send it to you in the mail.
Yeah,
piece by piece.
or your wife's finger. One of the two.
It's kind of like when you get smacked upside the head, and you're like, yeah, I probably deserved that. I'll do better.
They just embarrass you in front of people with their clever Italian comebacks and
shame. You need to bring shame back.
Italian.
Yeah.
Italian.
I know. And even that's culture appropriation because all the ethnicities had their own mafia. They were all terrifying in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as I learned from the '90s Punisher, the Japanese mafia was the worst.
Oh, the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to run. You guys are, I don't know, like Trey, maybe you watched MMA. You remember Pride Fighting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Yakuza was heavily involved in that. That's why they didn't drug test, and they had amazing fucking fights.
What was this called?
Yeah.
Pride Fighting was a MMA organization in Japan that UFC ended up buying. So, like your not your Chuck Liddell's, your Rampage Jacksons, your Shogun Huas, your Nogueira brothers, all those guys came over from there. They were all Pride Fighting in Japan, and then like UFC bought them, and then UFC like
cleaned it
became
up.
what it is now. Yeah.
They basically like it was like it was literally underground fighting at that point. And then,
No, it was huge. It wasn't underground.
Oh, no,
like it was
I mean,
pay-per-views.
You know what I mean?
Start out underground.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was like underground fighting tech, like they didn't they didn't have an organized like.
There wasn't like a standardized set of rules for MMA back then. Like each organization and promotion had their own rules, and that particular one, if someone's laying on the ground, you could soccer kick them in the head.
Yeah.
Dang.
They had like 10-minute first rounds. It was. I mean, if you're looking at like the health of your athletes,
how many people died?
I don't think anybody, because everybody's juiced to the gills.
Yeah, I mean, they're both roided up. Like it's two roided up guys. Like so.
Yeah,
like...
Dude, Steve, do yourself a favor. Look up Pride Fighting Championship highlight reel. It's
okay.
We used to do these things called freak show fights. So weight classes did not matter in those fights.
Does they bring midgets in?
Sometimes, but they also had
there you go.
They had this 7-foot tall Japanese guy or Chinese that would fight
7-foot tall no, there's no 7-foot tall Japanese person. That's bullshit.
Yes, there is. Who is the guy?
Look,
who is
that basketball player?
China's from like China.
Yeah, but they mix with like other races to get them taller.
That's a hybrid. That's
a hybrid. There's no way. They're like mixing genes, man. There's no way there's a 7-foot tall Asian person.
That's a Japanese mixed with Scandinavian. That first generation's really tall.
Yeah, there you go.
There are those
gene
outliers.
splicing.
Yeah,
like
it's gene splicing.
My wife's granddad was actually a 6'2" Korean guy, which is kind of funny because they're all
terrifying.
Like 5 foot tall,
and he knows how to kick. Jesus.
How do you know he knows how to kick? That's racist, man. You can't say it.
Yes. When cornered, they're known to kick with the legs. South Park, Russell Crowe's fighting around the world. Now we're in Asia.
Making movies, fighting singing songs and fighting around the world.
Around the world, dude. Yeah, Tugger, his tugboat.
Hey, Tugger. In 64, a tough-headed actor named Russell Crowe.
Oh shit, so good.
More fighting around the world.
Oh god.
Yep. So that's why I said the racist statement, Steve.
No, I don't care.
I don't know why they picked Russell Crowe of all people. Like,
well, he was kind of a joke at that time. I think I found a clip that we won't get hit for, Trey, if you want to pull it up. Here's one of the freak show fights. So this guy was a Korean guy that was fighting Fedor. He used to be a really good Russian fighter. Oh, I missed it. Oh, this isn't the one. But look how tall they. All right, this is a different fight. But there was one fight. The guy was so tall that he armbarred him. The guy stood up and like he was hanging and dangling off his arm.
Yeah, he's just like holding him, like he's like trying to armbar him, and he's just like holding him down, like
yeah.
Him off. Yeah, I remember that one. He's just like holding him, like it just looks like he's like holding a child.
Mm-hmm. But then the big guy taps out because he actually got like a legit armbar on him.
Yeah.
So as I've told you guys a couple times, my wife and I have been watching a bunch of like old 70s and 80s like horror movies. And in these movies, man, they bring out the freaks, man. They have like a bunch of midgets in them. They have like all these weird people in them. Like they're great movies. Mm-hmm. Like they don't bring the midgets out in movies anymore. It's sad.
Yeah, the internet ruined it.
He thinks he's sneaking up on me.
Well, it's because
you got one.
It's because the what's its name?
It's mean.
Angry Elf.
The Angry Elf, yes.
Yeah, the Angry Elf. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Peter
Angry
Dinklage
Elf
ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, he basically cornered the market. Like Dinklage was trying to like corner the market, and then he has the audacity to bitch about like not getting like enough roles or something like that.
Well, it's the thing. Like you pull the ladder up behind you when you're successul. Like a lot of comedians did that when all the PC stuff was going on.
I'm doing that as soon as I take over the coffee world.
No one's selling beans.
Nobody else sells beans, man.
Steve's going to be drinking a mint julep in a white suit.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Sorry, I'm getting back to somebody. Best part about having your text messages on your computer.
Best part of waking up Is Fox and Sons in your cup? That doesn't roll off the tongue.
It works though. I stole the Stay Caffeinated or Stay Thirsty. I stole it and made it Stay Caffeinated, my friend.
I'm sure that guy's available right now.
Sure he is.
Well, did you guys ever see the most interesting man in the world they replaced him with? Not as interesting.
Not nearly as interesting.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it. Is he a black gay man?
No, this is like 10 years ago before all that. Wow, time flies.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you. Yeah,
what are you getting, Dag?
Getting Wendy's.
Ah.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Do they serve breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. It's good.
I know
Thank you. Have a great day.
It's decent. Their potato wedges are really good. I don't like the rest of it though. It tastes like.
How'd you know it was a gay black man taking my? Well, not taking my order. It's AI that takes your order now. It was at the window, gave my change. He made a joke about something about a gay black man, and he's like, "How many creams and sugars do you want, sweetie?"
Oh, I didn't call you sugar.
No, he didn't call me sweetie either. I don't remember what he calls me, but he's always like so impressed that I drink black coffee. He's like, "Oh."
Oh my God, it's so funny when I get the people at the market that they come up to me and then we're talking coffee, and I know they're not going to buy any coffee from me just because I can see that a mile away. And then we're talking about the different ones, and they're like, "I only drink espresso," and they look at you like there's some like they're doing something that nobody else will ever do. Like I'm like, okay, but espresso is like a medium roast, you know that, right? And if you make it as normal coffee, it's still normal coffee. It's actually not espresso at that point. You're like, I only drink espresso, or I only drink, or they'll do the what's the other one? I only drink Blue Mountain Jamaican coffee. Like, okay, you spend $40 a bag for coffee, then stop complaining about my prices. Like,
what bugs me is when people brag about how black or how strong they need their coffee, and then they put a bunch of shit in it. You know, I like my coffee strong. It's like, oh, so you can taste it over all the fucking bullshit.
Yeah, like no, you don't want
black. It can just be coffee.
Yeah, you don't want a cup of coffee. You want a milkshake. Like you're literally drinking a milkshake right now.
So espresso, aren't you? Is that like you're supposed to like pack it in real tight, and then
espresso is just
about the machine?
Yeah, it's just a process. It's a concentrated cup of coffee. It's really all it breaks down to. But people think it's a bean or it's like a really strong cup of coffee. It's actually not. Like the lighter the roast, the more caffeine it has in it. The darker the roast, the least amount of caffeine in it. But people act like it's just so funny when they come up because they'll raise an eyebrow and they'll be like, I only drink espresso. Like, it's like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, man. Everyone's got to be 40-year-old special.
It's usually 40, 50-year-old women that do that. Like, it's 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an older lady.
Oh, and they put shit in it then too, probably.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember a pizza shop I used to work at. A couple doors down was a cigar store, and so Cuban dudes ran it, and they were really cool. And if you were working the day shift at the pizza shop, they'd come over, usually cigar guys, at like 10, 11 a.m. and drop off a tray of, the little thimble-sized fucking shot glasses of Cuban coffee. The real fucking,
those are cool.
One, maybe 2 of those is like all you can fucking handle. You're fucking wired. You're drinking nothing. It's not even a shot, Yeah. And you're fucking wired, and you got to take the best shit like 20 minutes later, We only had one bathroom stall in that restaurant. We had to coordinate times,
Okay, you drink it now. Man. I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes to drink mine.
Not all of us once now.
You don't want to be the second person going in that bathroom, though.
That's true. Oh, fuck.
Was it
saying, Trey?
I was just gonna say that is like the best feeling though. Like you drink like a really strong cup of coffee, and then all of a sudden, like an hour later, you just drop the fattest deuce you've ever.
It's like making your bed when you wake up in the morning. You feel like you accomplished something just first thing.
Yeah.
Well, it ensures you get all that out of the way before you have to take a shower too. You know, so you're making sure the process works. And then you know, if you're a cigarette smoker, it's not even a cigarette. It's a cup of coffee and half a cigarette. And you go, oh, I gotta go. I gotta put the cigarette out. You know, you get the whole cigarette in the morning. It's a beautiful thing. My doctor told me I shouldn't do that. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
I smoke one cigarette a day, and it's with my coffee first thing in the morning, and fuck off.
Yeah, you guys in the 50s used to say pregnant women should smoke.
Now, is it a Marlboro Red or is it like?
No, I roll my own.
Okay.
Otherwise, I prefer Camels if I am buying cigarettes. But now I get a thing of tobacco and I roll it up and I put a pinch of pot in there. You know,
I was a
really
Camel smoker when I smoked. I did smoke Camels.
Camels, Camel Wides.
Swisher Sweet kind of guy, Dag.
To tell you guys,
Cowboy killers.
Just sometimes.
I got some seeds. I'm gonna try to grow some myself this year.
Oh hell yeah!
Some Becky.
Yeah, we grew it, or my wife grew it a few years ago, and it grew really well, even like our sandy, shitty soil. The trick is the cure. You know, is curing it out.
That's
but it's nice. We've only used them to like to roll blunts with. You know, I haven't actually chopped it up and you know, smoked it in a cigarette, or probably a pipe would probably be the ideal way if you're making it at home, I'd imagine, because otherwise you probably need like some sort of shredding machine to do like the long slender cut that they do for cigarette tobacco.
It's called a grinder.
Yeah, but then grinding it. Okay, I was going to say, because ground like tobacco that isn't in those that length, it doesn't roll as well.
Right. It doesn't. I don't think it burns right either. Then, right?
Yeah, well, not the same as like cigarettes. You know, I mean, they were fucking developed by real evil geniuses to be a beautifully amazing, addictive smoking thing. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, there's a reason that can you have chopped up tobacco and roll it up and smoke it? Oh, hell yeah! You know, it's just not. You know, it's not as pleasurable.
The problem with buying the bags of the tobacco is like I still don't trust that it's not manipulated. You know, I'd rather just get it like fresh or like from a farm than have to get it that's already manipulated. I definitely agree, and I'd assume that a farm that actually grows any decent amount that were to sell artisan tobacco, which would be an amazing thing, be a great market.
I'd have to imagine it's also horribly illegal, without all sorts of bureaucratic bullshit because it's tobacco. But yeah, man, I'd love that. I'd imagine they could get the machine. I just don't know what it is. Maybe there's an old hand crank version. You know, maybe we go down to some antique store in your area, or somewhere in Virginia. There's got to be antique tobacco making equipment.
Find some Amish or Mennonites.
Yeah,
I wonder what the legality of that is. As we were talking earlier with that kind of stuff, like, but you know, like Marlboro would be putting out a hit on you if you were like any successful at all with it. Like, Philip Morris would be like, they would have like guys like shooting you from a mile away if you were good at it.
So you can grow it yourself legally. I don't know if you just can't sell it yourself. What some people I have seen selling at farmers market is something called tobacco dust, but that's something people use to make pesticide out of, and it's like the sweepings of the factory floor. Now, could you sell good tobacco and call it tobacco dust and sell it? Who knows? You know, that might be a nice little loophole there. And then I was going to say different like types of. Oh God, that should be illegal for other reasons.
Wait, I missed that. What was it?
I'm thinking of like all the gray market
stuff.
You know?
Right. Selling raw milk as dog food or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's actually horribly toxic, you know, it's funny. Funny.
Wait, say that again.
Nicotine is ridiculously toxic. Like, it's something like a drop or two will like fucking kill you. Like, it's really toxic. That's why they use tobacco dust as a pesticide. You like soak it in water, like overnight or something. Don't quote me on this exact process, but like you like soak it in water and then you can spray it, and the nicotine is in the spray, and so it kills or repels pests because most bugs can't handle it. There are some exceptions, like the tobacco hornworm, the tomato hornworm, or something that that are immune to it.
Which is funny because like nicotine naturally exists in all nightshades, which tomato is a nightshade.
Yeah, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers,
tomatoes,
stuff like that.
Yeah, tomatoes.
Yep, the tomatoes.
Oh my god, that's doubly effective.
Yep. It tastes just like grandma.
Justin's rolling his eyes as we say tobacco.
So yeah, man. Then there's a lot of different regulations depending on type of cigarette. So filtered cigarettes, like called like a AA or something, and you'll see like on the packaging. So then there's like the cigarellos or cigars. They're a little bit different. They all have different regulations around them.
What about just selling the loose tobacco, like artisan loose tobacco?
I don't know. The bags of tobacco I buy, I'm trying to think because I look at everything for its regulation labeling, just because I want to get mad about something. So I don't know that I see any particular stamps on these. Now they market it. They don't market it as cigarette tobacco ever. They market it as pipe tobacco. So I think there's probably a big legal difference there in just what you call it as well. Even like if it's on the shelf next to the cigarette rolling machine, it's called pipe tobacco. So I always felt like that was a reason. There's some sort of regulation bullshit there. So I don't know, man. You might be able to do it. It might vary state to state. There's states that pay you to grow tobacco. There's other places in the same state that pays you not to grow tobacco. I have a friend who their family farm, they raised horses. They never raised any row crops, but they got like $5,000 a year from the state to not grow tobacco.
Oh shit!
They have no intention on growing tobacco.
I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, a lot of states protection is shit. So especially if it's tobacco. So that was South Carolina. So that was a tobacco growing region. So they have subsidies for the tobacco companies, and then they also use government money to keep out their competition. But they say usually that it's for health purposes. They're trying to keep tobacco growing down, so they pay other people to not grow tobacco. But really, of course, it's
So when we get Fox and Sons tobacco, can we put the Indian on it? Because Redman took it off.
Absolutely.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's America's best now.
No, we're gonna put the Indian on it. Have the black man picking the tobacco.
Just put everybody on it. We'll bring back Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima.
Man.
What was that, Trey? I missed it.
And my granddad always liked Red Man. He was a Red Man guy. So.
Man, me and my cousin were sitting around in college. We've been drinking. We both sitting there with a dip in, and he goes, "Remember that time we stole my dad's pack of Red Man, and we both just puked our brains out?" I was like, "Yeah, crazy how we really learned our lesson as we both stick a dip in."
I can't do the dip that you. I just can't do that.
Chew, no.
Ugh,
all about moderation, Justin.
I tried it once and was like, oh. Still makes me like want to gag when I think about it.
If I'm gonna do the chew, I like the beech nut. It's a longer,
sweet,
thick, and it's got that sweetness to it. Yeah, the red man's a little harsh for. Well, I don't know what it's called.
I don't understand. I don't
understand
the
guys. A little harsh for my taste.
Nut, also the choice of Hank Williams Jr. Bocephus.
I don't understand. I don't understand the whole thing with like the different flavors of like the Zins. Like, I don't get that.
That's not tobacco. That's
that's just straight nicotine.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. There's no tobacco. Yeah.
So it's just like sprayed on nicotine.
Well,
it's
not sprayed.
It's a pouch. You just put.
Yeah, but like the nicotine is a substance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they extract it from the backy.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't.
And then put it in a pouch.
Yeah.
But like they have mint flavored ones. Yeah, I don't get the whole
flavor. They have
flavored
a ton of different flavors. It's just it's so you can get your nicotine with different flavors. And I mean, like Skull.
Yeah, but it's all fake flavors.
Well, that's how the tobacco ones are too. It's like Skull has cherry. You can get cherry, peach, grape, vanilla.
I highly doubt it tastes like cherry. Like
it kind of does actually.
Yeah, it does. I don't like the fruity flavored ones.
I don't either. Vanilla was
just
okay.
Seems very
Vanilla's
gay.
Okay. The grape and the cherry, they taste like grape and cherry, but it's like shitty grape and cherry. It's like
but if you're a dude and you're going to buy like strawberry nicotine pouches, like that's really gay. Like
it's pretty gay.
That's
it's super.
That's
gay.
a borderline gay, man. It's like
Well,
You're
it's more
full
of
I
on
smoke a
homo.
vape.
that's more of your frat bro type of thing. But yeah, I'm a basic bitch. I'm
Again.
a wintergreen mint guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give me that long cut mint.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
More
get
natural flavor. It's more natural, so it means it's good for you, right? Like those
Yeah.
Indian cigarettes.
That's right. There's
Yeah,
a
what are those
there's
like
actually
American fried
Spirits,
ones?
yeah.
Spirits,
American
yeah.
spirits, yeah.
Swedish Match has a plant like in the same town as the liquor distribution center that I work at. They make all the Zen and stuff. And one of the guys that used to work for me, his wife works at the plant, and so they get like free cans of that stuff every now and then. And so he'd bring me a can. I just don't like the stuff. It makes my stomach hurt and dries me out. Like anytime I would throw one of those in, I would have to drink a ton of water.
I don't mind them. It's not as bad as the you remember the Camel Snooze?
Oh God,
that stuff
Yes.
used to make me so sick because like it had so much sugar in it. It's kind of like the Skull came out with the extra, which was like the same but just loaded down with more sugar.
Fuck,
it's not the fact that I'm swallowing
Why would they put
tobacco
sugar
that made me
in it?
sick. It was all the sugar
Why would they put sugar in it?
flavor.
We're addicted to
Again,
sugar,
that doesn't make
Steve.
any sense. Yeah, I know. Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
They put sugar in bratwurst. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you don't need
they
sugar
do.
in there, but they put corn syrup in bratwurst now. They just put it in everything. Sugar's in everything. And now I think it's Louis C.K. did a joke about this. And it's so true. It's like even when we were kids, like an apple might be like a treat, and now a kid, an apple's like, ew, what the fuck is this? This isn't sweet,
Yeah.
Like we're just so trained. An apple used to be, sweet, and now it's like even strawberries. If people eat strawberries, they fucking sprinkle sugar on them, which don't get me wrong, tastes delicious, but it's like I don't think that used to be necessary. I think you just used to be able to eat a strawberry and enjoy it, and be like, oh,
Yeah.
this is good. But and I've heard that like if you quit sugar for like a couple months, like you really get off of it, then
Like
you
taking
get back
amazing.
like that.
It's like taking
Yeah,
the crayon out of your nose.
Yeah. But then you can eat an apple and be like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like you get your true taste back.
Yeah, when we were, my wife and I were off sugar for almost a year. We did keto, and I had a banana, and it was like I was buzzed. Like I'm dead serious, man. I was like buzzing. Like my skin was like crawling because it was so much sugar in that banana. Like
That's
you don't
awesome.
realize how much sugar is in that kind of stuff until you have it, until you don't have it for a long time.
And say I don't like a lot of sweet stuff or sugary stuff. So I enjoy apples and bananas and strawberries and raspberries. I also don't eat a whole lot of fruit. I'm pretty much just exclusively eat meat and potatoes. So on the rare occasion when I do eat some fruit, it's like, oh, this is sweet. This is nice.
My kids crush fruit. The wife, I'll be working on a Saturday, and the wife will take them to like a farm. They're like, oh, a strawberry patch or something like that, blueberries, and they'll come home and like the kids will have like half the bucket eat, before I even get home to even get the chance to try it out.
We do blueberry picking every year and then freeze a bunch of it and just have them throughout the year. And those are the best, man. Like fresh blueberries, freshly picked, are amazing.
Yeah. You ever dry them out? Do any like
No, I need to get a dehydrator. Well, especially so I can get that Fox and Sons tobacco going. Good. You think I went through some shit with the state over my coffee? Wait till I bring that out.
Especially if I'm your supplier, we have to deal with what's that shit? The interstate clause.
Yeah, interstate commerce clause.
Yeah, we're not just a black guy transporting a white chick across state lines. We're taking tobacco. It's serious.
It gets serious. Yeah, you can move people across state lines, no problem. But as soon as you try to bring a product across lines, the government gets all retarded.
Oh heavens!
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.